Good morning and welcome to day 11 of Quarantine Corner. Wanted to start out with some birthdays. I've missed you this past week, and so let's catch up on some birthdays. On Tuesday just passed was Ariana and Kiriana's birthday. We hope that your day was delightful. And then on Wednesday was Braden A from Miss Turnipseed's class. Hope your birthday was fabulous. And then today is River in Miss Johnson's class and Thomas in Mr. Province's class. Your birthday's today. Hope your birthday's fabulous. And then tomorrow on Saturday is Luis's in Miss Lyle's class. Luis, hope your birthday is fabulous. And Miss Kessner, it's your birthday too. Hope your day is wonderful. And then on Sunday will be William's birthday from Miss Turnipseed. So I hope you have a delightful birthday as well. So birthdays, man, love celebrating birthdays. What a great way to celebrate. So our stories today, before we get into them reading wise, let's do some little background information. Both of our stories today are by an author illustrator named Jeff Mack. And Jeff Mack has these two books, not only these two, he's got several more, but this one's called Good News, Bad News, and this one's called Aha. And I would like to thank Scholastic and to Chronicle Books, both of those publishing companies, for allowing us to read their stories aloud during these weird times that we're going through, for publishers to open up their permission, give everybody the permission to read their stories aloud. We're so grateful for you publishers allowing us to do that during these times. So Jeff Mack, who is from Western Massachusetts. Western Massachusetts. Let's see, where is that? Well, if we take a look on the map, here is Tennessee and here's Columbia, right here, right in the middle. And if we were to travel east, we will travel through Kentucky and Virginia and West Virginia and Maryland, maybe even Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, all the way up to Massachusetts. And Mr. Jeff Mack lives on the west side. See the compass row? So he lives on this side of the state. That's an interesting looking state, isn't it? So thinking about the compass row right here telling us directions, north, south, east, west. So this would be the east of the state, and this is the west of the state. I'm not sure what exact city he lives in, but on that side of the state. I wonder how long it would take us to get there to drive. I know that it takes about 6 hours to get here. My son goes to school up here at Shawnee State, which is in southern Ohio, and it's about a 6-hour drive to get here. So I bet it's maybe, I don't know, maybe 12 or more to get up here to Massachusetts. Seems like a far way away. That'd be a really fun drive, though. My daughter has a map that she scratches off when we visit different states. She's got a lot from this area kind of checked off. At some point, we really need to venture out to this side of the country so we can check off some of those states. But thinking about Massachusetts up here, we haven't been there either. So maybe we need to come up and check out Mr. Jeff Mack's state of Massachusetts and find out what's going on there. So maybe look on your computer today and find out some interesting things about Massachusetts. All right. So there is that. Oh, like I said, he is an author and illustrator of not only the books that he's written, but he also was the illustrator for the Bunnicula and Friends series by James Howe. We have those in our library at school. And they are chapter books. So if you're interested in checking out some more of his illustrations, then when we get back to school, you can check those books out. So the first one we're going to read is Aha. I love these illustrations. Wonderful. Let's take a look. Jeff Mack. Aha. And this book is for my friend Erin. I wonder who Erin is. As we're going through these stories, take a look at the characters' facial expressions. Boy, you can get a lot, even though they're just illustrations, you can get a lot of information from smiles and from eyes. Aha. Nope. Sorry. Let me start. Look, I'm not getting it right today. So here he is sitting. That kind of like the beginning of the story. Just kind of relaxed, taking it easy. On a chair or on a rock here, taking it easy. Oh, look at his face has changed. Oh, he's safe again. Aha. He's not safe at all. Thought he was on a rock. It's a turtle. Boy, what a day so far for this frog. Aha. Safe again. Oh no, he bit his leg by accident. He's getting away. Aha. They're saying, there you are. Oh no, back into that jar. And the boy says, aha, got him again. He's getting away. Oh, the lid fell off. I love it. I love that story. And let's take a one that's written in sort of a similar style with only the words good news and bad news by Jeff Mack. Oh, let's take a look at their faces. Which one looks like the more positive character? I agree. Looks like the rabbit to me. Look at that rat. He kind of looks negative, doesn't he? Good news, bad news. For Kelly by Jeff Mack. Good news. Yeah, looks a little suspicious. I can't really quite think that that's good news. Bad news. Good news. What's coming next? Bad news. Oh my goodness. Good news. Look, it's not raining under the tree. Oh, bad news. But good news. Oh, bad news. Good news. What's coming next? Bad news. I wonder what the bad news is. Can you make a prediction? Can you look at the illustration? Oh no, a bee landed on their cake. That's bad news. Good news. Oh no, he's got a fly swatter and there's cake. We know by the pattern of the book that bad news is coming next. What could be the bad news? Bad news. Good news. It tastes good. What's coming next? Bad news. Oh, but good news. Oh, there's a cave. But we know bad news is coming next. What could happen that's bad in a cave? Bad news. Look at just the simple way he drew that mouth to make it look angry. I love that. His drawings are very inspirational because it makes me feel like with a few simple drawing strokes and lots of practice, that you can make characters have incredible facial expressions. Look at those eyes and the mouth. Look at that mouth. I love how he's shaded in the inside of the rat's mouth so you can see the inside. I love that. It's so cool. Bad news. Good news. Bad news. Oh my goodness, this next illustration is one of my favorites of all time. Good news. His bum was on fire. Look at those eyes of that rat. Bad, 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 bad news. Do you sometimes feel like that? Bad news. Oh, I love that. Look at that illustration. I love it when I see that in real life, where the clouds part and the sun comes down. It's like heaven is shining down and smiling. I love it. Oh, good news. What do you think he's really saying when he's bringing that picnic basket with the words good news? Sounds almost like an apology, doesn't it? Like he's telling that rabbit that he's sorry. Very good news. The end. Wonderful. As we think back about the characters of this story, we talked about how one was positive and one sort of was negative. Whew, there's some strange things going on around us, aren't there? There are people getting sick and lots of talk about it all. Sometimes we might feel like there's a lot of this. A lot of this bad, 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 bad news. But could you maybe think about turning yourself around from this character's perspective to this side of his perspective, where he's finding the good in it? We know there's always going to be bad stuff, but could we look for the good? Look for the good? I think you should try today to look for the good. Wonderful. So our challenge today is for you to see if you can write your own story. And I have some information for you on some places you could do that online. There are some neat comic strip makers, which are like graphic novels, like the old comic strips. There's one called Pixton, Pixton, and that's online. And then there's one called Storyboard That, and then one called Toonie Tool. And they're all free, or at least parts of them are free enough to get you started. And a couple of them you might have to sign up. So use your parents' help, get your parents' help to sign up for those. But you can create online comic strips, graphic novels, where you can use facial expressions and illustrations with not a lot of words to tell an amazing story. So if you create anything on here, send it to me. Or if you are finding this and you're not a Highland Park student, you can send it in a hashtag, our Highland Park Tigers, which I'll show you that in a second, so that I can see what your story is like after. But if you go to Highland Park, then you can email me your story. That's part of what you can do with some of these sites. You can send the story somewhere else. So I would love to see that. While we're on this side of the board, just want to remind you that there isn't food today at Highland Park since it's a holiday. This is called Good Friday. And so schools are not serving food today, but they'll be back serving on Monday. And we hope you take advantage of that. Dr. Marzak has been keeping us posted on the number of meals that have been served in Murray County. And it's really incredible. It's really exciting to see that we're able to provide where like we see a need and we fill a need, like that old Robots movie. So we're grateful that you're taking advantage of it and enjoying the food from the cafeteria ladies. Okay, so that was comic book sites. Good, take advantage of those. And then I would like for you to think about getting outside today. Get outside. It's gorgeous. It's not too hot. It's going to be sunny. Maybe go for a walk. This is a great time to have some conversations with neighbors that you haven't really had a chance to talk to before. Of course, keep that social distancing. My mom was telling me how she was out for a walk the other day and saw a lady on her porch, and they chatted about the weather and how gorgeous the sunshine was. And she had never even met that lady before, but she met her and they talked about the weather. And then another lady down the street from her, she was out on her porch and they had a wonderful conversation. And my mom was on the street and the lady was on her front porch. So they had that good distance between them. And my mom said they had a wonderful conversation and she got to learn all kinds of neat things about the lady that she had never learned before. Because I think the way things feel in the culture right now, people are looking for someone to talk to. So maybe you could be that someone today. Carry on a conversation with someone as you and your family go for a walk. You can stand on opposite sides of the street and have a wonderful conversation with someone. So take advantage of the beautiful weather to get outside and make a new friend. Wonderful. And that also, I would like for you to check out these 3 accounts on Twitter. This one's at HPES_artroom, and that is Miss Farrell's amazing art projects that she puts online. And I wanted to show you, not because it's great, but just because it's sort of just fun. This was one of the ones that Miss Farrell did about making some characters. And I just drew some shapes. Actually, I didn't draw them. I traced them with some containers we had lying around that needed to be recycled. And then she walks you through the whole design process of coming up with these. My favorite part was that we used highlighters. And when you color highlighters one over top of each other, they change colors. Super cool. So take advantage of Miss Farrell's artistic expertise at this account on Twitter, and you can follow along with her videos. And then at Ms. Dow Music, Ms. Dow has posted some really cool music activities and songs for you and your family to enjoy. Some of them are to get you outside. The most recent one was about going on a musical scavenger hunt to go outside and see how many sounds you can hear out there. So take advantage of both of those resources. And then also at HPES Tigers, that's our Highland Park one for school. Miss Kessner has posted some videos about some really neat exercise things, and they're all different, from Zumba. One of them, she posts one of herself going for a walk with her dog. So all of those, take advantage of that. And also, we also want to think about keeping ourselves not only physically safe, but emotionally safe. And so while we're washing our hands and wearing our masks, we also want to think about making sure that you're doing okay emotionally. And so Miss Grace has, who is our school counselor, she's got a survey that you can find. It's on our Facebook account, which is the same sort of account here as HPES Tigers. You can go to Highland Park Tigers. That's our Twitter one. You can find the survey there. Miss Myers is really great about retweeting all of the things that are going on in the community here in Murray County and in Columbia, to kind of give you some outlets for maybe getting some help if you're not feeling so great and you need someone to talk to. We have all of that for you. So take advantage of all of that. Okay, so I talked a little bit about at the very beginning of this, about how today is Good Friday. And this is a really special weekend for people who are Christians and for people who believe in Jesus, because this is the day that I don't want to say celebrate, because celebrate sounds like a really happy and exciting time. And really today is not a super exciting time. It's a more of a serious time where we pause and think about and pray and reflect on the whole circumstances where Jesus sacrificed himself for us on the cross. And some of you may not believe that, and that's okay. But I wanted to just take a minute to tell you what I believe, and how I believe that Jesus, his sacrifice on the cross for our sins, changed my life, and how my relationship with Jesus couldn't have happened. My relationship with God couldn't have happened if Jesus hadn't sacrificed himself to pay for my sin debt on the cross. But after that happened, then he died, and they put him in a tomb, and he was buried in that tomb for 3 days. And then on Sunday, Easter, what I like to celebrate on Easter Sunday, aside from the fun things that we celebrate, with eggs and fun things. Really, what's the most important part that I like to celebrate on Easter Sunday is the fact that Jesus did not stay in that tomb. He did not stay there at all. The tomb door was a big rock, and it got rolled away, and the whole story of that, you can find lots of places. The Bible is the best source to look for that. And when that stone was rolled away and people looked in to come and check on him on that Sunday morning, they found that he was not there. He had risen from the dead. And so we celebrate Easter by celebrating that Jesus conquered death, and he is alive today, and he is my Lord and Savior. And so if you want more information about that, there are lots of churches around you that can give you information. Specifically, if you want information, you can find out from my church. It's online. It's called the First Family, and it's First Baptist Church of Columbia. And all of you online, you can find all kinds of information. We have a service tonight that helps us kind of be more serious about Good Friday. And then online, there are lots of churches that are online nowadays, but you can join mine if you would like to on Sunday morning and celebrate how Jesus rose from the dead. So that's my little Easter talk. But please, whatever you do, enjoy this weekend in the beautiful weather. Get outside and be ready this weekend to find the good. So be ready to find goodness. Be the good news person. Be that good news person. And then, as always, be safe. Wash your hands, wear your mask, make good choices, and be kind. And don't forget to let your light shine today. I love you and I miss you. Have a wonderful day.